I don't even know how to start again. But, anyways, hello, folks. So, tonight I want to discuss what I meant to discuss last night, but because I was a tired person, I decided to wait until today. So, here I am. And what I'm going to discuss today, as the title expresses, is Do I Believe in Soulmates? For this topic, I decided to consult a very trusted friend and just seek his opinion. And I was so glad that I reached out to him because his opinion closely resembles mine, but I was struggling to put my ideas together. So just talking to him just helped me get it together. So here I go. My answer to that is no. And honestly, if I would have filmed this last night, I would have had a very conflicted opinion, more of a, yeah, conflicted, like unsure. And that's because as a person who has a certain degree of like spiritual conduct and beliefs and whatever you want to call it, I felt inclined to say that I believe in soulmates. But because being an analytical person, a critical person, surpasses anything, I found ways to start contradicting myself. So that's how I became sure that my answer was no. And then speaking to this friend made it even more easy for me to say, hell no, I don't believe in them. And let's get into why. Well, the reason is because logically it doesn't make sense. A soulmate is defined as a person ideally suited to another person to be a romantic partner or a best friend. But my friend and I were saying when this planet has billions of people, how are you supposed to have just one individual be your soulmate? You might say, well, Sam, there are people, and I'm pretty sure you can relate to this. Everybody can relate to this, so let's not say there are people, let's say everybody. Everybody has only one mother, and you only connect to one individual as a mother, and that is, the mother who you know. And I'm like, well, how about the mothers who died during childbirth and their child survived? And this child grows up to have a connection with another woman as a mother figure, even though naturally it's not their mother. So I am thinking that if you want a soulmate, it's like, how can there be a soulmate when you can literally connect with anybody? And what happens if your soulmate, the one that's supposedly destined for you by divine means, what if they die before they even meet you? So it's just strange. I cannot wrap myself around the idea that you're supposed to be on the quest to find this soulmate. Um, are there incompatible people for you? Yes. Are there compatible people for you? Of course, yes. But you don't have to look at it as you have to be looking for your soulmate. You have to find someone you're 100% compatible with because there's going to be more than one person who you can relate to. Um, there's people who I don't have a lot of things in common with, but somehow we have a weird connection. Like we can relate to some things because we have had a similar upbringing, similar circumstances, similar experiences, um, but our interests turned out to be completely different. Similarly, you can have someone whom you have very, very similar interests, but somehow you two just cannot relate. Are they your so-called soulmate? No. So in neither of those instances were they your soulmate. It's just that that's just humans humaning, you know? So for me, it's just absurd to think that there is a soulmate for you, because there's just so much in this planet, so many people, that just the idea of you settling for just one, when very easily you can find multiple people to just feel the same way about them, it's just bizarre for me. So in conclusion, no, I don't believe in soulmates. I do believe that there is a way for you to hone your skill at having more friendships, better quality friendships, determining who is worthwhile to get acquainted to and be involved with. When it comes to romantic partners, I don't believe that you have to live your life searching for the perfect mate. There is always going to be someone who you're going to be involved with, and there is something that you two are incompatible with. Never ever advise someone to look for someone who they are perfectly compatible with, because there's always going to be a difference. And you may not find out about that difference until you're on your like 40th anniversary or something. So it's I cannot conceive that soulmates are not a real thing. Um, I think I think soulmate is a term that people give to great friendships, but they're calling it that as opposed to calling it a good relationship or a good friendship. They just want to say, "Ah, this is my soulmate," and I feel like soulmates have been broken up with, because I remember people telling me in my school days, which, school times are definitely a representation of what your entire life is going to be about, right? And I remember them telling me, this is my soulmate, da 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 da. And then some bullshit drama happened, and these people aren't even friends anymore. They don't talk to each other, and they're completely, gone their separate ways. So you thought that you had found your soulmate, but you clearly fucked that up. So how am I supposed to believe that soulmates are a real thing when realistically you will have conflicts with people, even the people who you get along with supposedly perfectly fine, you're going to have an issue with them. So why are you insisting on looking for this perfect person when this perfect person just doesn't exist? This concept is not for practicality. So just let go of it, enjoy life, get to know people, figure out if you can be with them, if you like them enough and you two are good being together, then just go for it. But don't call this person your soulmate, because there's no way that before you are born, this stuff is all sorted out for you or figured out for you. You are a member of this environment. So you will have connections, but don't try to label it as something that was destined for you, because it wasn't. I guarantee you. Well, guys, that is really all that I have to say. All that you needed to know really was that no, I don't think it's real, and that it's absurd because there are way too many people in this planet for you to be saying that you're destined to just have one person be your soulmate, and that you have to be searching for this person, because realistically, I think nobody ever finds their true soulmate. Um, and what about the people who enjoy being single, who genuinely like being single? Are these, and let's say that this person who loves being single is destined to have a soulmate. Um, I know that it doesn't have to be romantic partner that is your soulmate. It can also be just a best friend. But what if some people don't like to be around people? So if I am destined to be someone else's soulmate and I'm antisocial as shit, how is my second half going to find me, identify me as their soulmate if we're not going to meet because I won't interact with them. See what I'm saying? It's so easy to contradict this. And then if there is an at any given second, at some point in the day, there is an odd number of people in the planet. So someone out there is going to be missing their soulmate. What happens then? It's I could really get going with this and turn it into a more ridiculous point, but I've already expressed what's most relevant, so I'm gonna end it here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you have experiences with soulmates. Perhaps explain to me what the idea of a soulmate is, because it is possible that I just don't get it. And I'm thinking about it too hard and just not giving it enough credit, or I have yet to experience it, therefore I don't get it, or that I should really attempt to try to find my soulmate. But I honestly cannot imagine myself calling any of my boyfriends a soulmate, because it just can't happen. It's not the way I roll. So anyways, all right guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Awkward. Awkward.